Good morning, all of you. In our previous lecture, we have discussed regarding the activation of complement components, and we discussed two different pathways that leads to activation of each and every component of complement, that is classical pathway and alternative pathway. So in classical pathway, we studied that antigen antibody complex is formed, which is going to bind each and every component of complement system. So in classical pathway, there is a sequential activation of every component in complement system. Firstly C1, then C4, later on C2, C3, C5, C6, C7, C8, like that. And ultimately, there is a formation of membrane attack complex which leads to lysis of target cell. In alternative pathway, we studied that there is a involvement of different factors than classical pathway, which includes the factor B, factor D, propardin system, and there is a directly activation of C3 component and then other components consequently. So this is a difference in classical and alternate pathway. So what is the significance of activation of the complement? The complement is not a one or single type of the factor here. So different factors, different components are there which constitute complement system. So it is necessary to activate each and every component of complement system so that the entire complement system get activated, and therefore these two pathways we have to study. Now we will discuss regarding the biological consequence of complement activation. Biological consequence means the effect. What is the effect of biological? What is the biological effect of the complement activation? That part we are going to study here. So the process of complement activation that generates a larger fragment and smaller fragment. In classical pathway, we studied that whenever C1 component get activated or C4 component get activated, it is converted into C4A and C4B. That means there is a proteolytic cleavage, and after cleavage of that component A and B, these two fragments are produced. Out of them, one fragment is larger one and another fragment is smaller one. So the small fragment diffuses away and larger fragment will join the cascade. Cascade means activated complement components. Now here, the larger fragment may be A or it may be B. So whatever larger fragment of that component is there, that will join the cascade, and remaining component or smaller component will get diffuses away. And finally, whenever all these systems get activated, it results in membrane attack complex, which brings osmotic lysis of target cell. The target cell means any type of the cell. It may be bacterial cell or any type of the infectious cell. So there is a lysis of this infectious particle or infectious cell lastly whenever there is a complete activation of the complement. So immunological and biological activities are associated with the complement. Certain biological activities, certain immunological activities are associated with the complement activation. Whenever there is a the first effect of complement activation is that whenever complement system entirely get activated, what is the effect? The first effect is that cytolysis. Cytolysis means cell lysis. So here the cytolysis of target cell by membrane attack complex take place whenever entire complement system get activated. So the membrane attack complex can bring about lysis of variety of target cells like erythrocytes, viruses and parasites. Erythrocytes, viruses and parasites, especially viruses and parasites are important because these are infectious particles. So whenever there is infection by virus, whenever there is infection by parasites, then to protect our body, to protect vertebrate body from this infectious particle, the complement get activated, and due to activation of complement, there is a lysis of these cells These cells means parasitic cell, or it may be erythrocytic cell, or it may be virus. Virus we can't call as a cell. Virus. So there is a formation of membrane attack complex. Membrane attack complex means entire complement system when get activated, then deposited on the membrane, that is the membrane attack complex. So the formation of membrane attack complex or MAC in envelope of virus makes them sensitive to lysis. So we know that virus is not called as a cell. It is an inert particle. So whenever there is a formation of membrane attack complex inside the virus, inside the envelope of virus, then due to membrane attack complex, the virus get sensitive to lysis and virus can undergo lysis. So for example, herpes simplex virus as well as orthomyxovirus, retrovirus, these are some enveloped type of virus. You might be knowing the different types of the viruses. We classify viruses into different categories depending upon the presence or absence of envelope. Some viruses are enveloped, some viruses are non-enveloped. So herpes virus, orthomyxovirus, retrovirus, these are the examples of enveloped virus. So whenever inside their envelope, whenever membrane attack complex is formed due to complement activation, so that the virus becomes sensitive to lysis, or virus can easily undergo lysis. So in this way our body get protected from virus infection. So this is due to only complement activation and it is called as complement mediated lysis. Whenever the lysis of infectious particle takes place due to complement activation, it is called as complement mediated lysis. Simultaneously, in case of gram-positive bacteria, there is a presence of peptide glycan. High percentage of peptide glycan is there, due to which the gram-positive cell wall is thick. We know that the percentage of peptide glycan in gram-positive cell, it comprises near about 40 to 90%, due to which only one cell wall layer is there. So in case of gram-positive bacteria, it prevent formation of MAC actually, that is membrane attack complex. In case of gram-positive bacteria, the gram-positive bacteria, they are not allowing the formation of MAC. It is only due to peptide glycan percentage or high percentage of peptide glycan in the gram-positive cell. So due to thick cell wall only, the prevention of membrane attack complex will take place there. So first effect is lysis of target cell. This is the first consequence or first effect of complement activation. The second effect is inflammation and chemotaxis. Inflammation means swelling and chemotaxis means attraction of certain cells. That is the chemotactic behavior. So actually here whenever the complement components get activated, smaller and larger fragments are produced. We know in classical pathway. C3a, C4a, C5a, these are the smaller fragments and these fragments are diffuses away, but they are not only or simply diffusing, they are acting as anaphylatoxin. Anaphylatoxin means those mediators responsible for anaphylactic type of symptoms. So they are called as anaphylatoxin. Larger fragment join the cascade, but smaller fragments diffuses away. This statement was made. So whenever there is a diffusion, where they are going, where they diffuses, they are not simply diffusing away, but they are acting as a anaphylatoxin. So anaphylatoxin means they are initiating certain anaphylactic type of the symptoms. For example, inflammation. So there are these fragments C3a, C4a, C5a. These are acting as anaphylactoxin and they are initiating inflammation. So inflammation is one type of the symptom during allergic or hypersensitivity reaction. So this is the first effect or another type of the consequence due to complement activation. These bind to receptors, means these means who C3a, C4a, C5a, These fragments join or they get bind to receptor on mast cell and basophils. Basophils are present in blood, and after binding to these basophils and binding to mast cell later on, they are stimulating them to release certain mediators like histamine and other pharmacologically active mediators. Histamine is vasoactive amine. So whenever C3A, C4A, C5A they are diffuses away, they are going to bind on the mast cell or basophil, and that lead to secretion of histamine and other type of the mediators. So histamine is vasoactive amine which initiate anaphylaxis or which can initiate hypersensitivity type of reaction. These mediators, not only histamine, other mediators are there. In hypersensitivity, you may you may discuss that. So histamine, serotonin, slow reacting substance, these are all mediators of anaphylaxis. So these mediators, they are responsible for smooth muscle contraction as well as vasodilation. Vasodilation means increasing vascular permeability. So these are all symptoms are related with the allergy or hypersensitivity. Smooth muscle contraction, vasodilation, vasocontraction, increasing permeability, all these are the symptoms of allergy or hypersensitivity. So what is the effect here? Due to complement activation, whatever small fragments are releases, these small fragments, they are going to bind on mast cell surface or basophil surface, and later on they are going to degranulate that cell and produces different types of mediators. These mediators later on going to enhance the hypersensitivity reaction like inflammation and other type of the symptoms. So whenever the permeability is increases, that results in inflammation. So when permeability increases, later on due to increase in permeability, there is a phagocytic cell activity is there, and blood vessels get swelled, and effectively they remove the pathogen. So due to increasing phagocytic activity, due to inflammation, there is a removal of pathogen from the body. So it means that indirectly the complement activation helps in removing the pathogen. So that is the one type of the major effect or consequence. C5A, which is the smaller fragment from C5 component, that C5A is a potent anaphylatoxin than others and can be effective in lesser concentration. So this is one type of the anaphylatoxin actually, and it is very effective even though it is produced in very trace amount or in less concentration. So what is the effect? First effect is the lysis of target cell due to complement activation. Second effect is inflammation and chemotaxis due to C5A, C3A and C4A. These components are releases during complement activation in classical pathway. That components go and bind with the master cell and basophils, which leads to secretion of mediators. These mediators are initiating allergic reaction or hypersensitivity reactions. Okay, this is the second effect. Due to this secretion and due to inflammation as well as increasing capillary permeability or vascular permeability, phagocytic activity go on increasing or enhancing and results in removing the pathogen. So ultimately, not only allergic reaction but also removal of pathogen is also one effect of the complement activation. Then third effect is opsonization. Whenever complement get activated, that also results in opsonization. So what is opsonization and opsonin? Opsonin, these are the proteins actually which enhances phagocytic process. So C3b and C4b, these are the larger fragments. C4b, C3b, these are the larger fragments that are going to join the cascade. Okay, so these are also called as major opsonin proteins, and these are also responsible for promoting phagocytosis. Not only they are joining the cascade, but they are enhancing the process of phagocytosis. C3b generated during complement activation get deposited on target cell, and phagocytic cells including monocytes, macrophages, neutrophils, they are also having the complement receptors on their surface. So whenever C3b, C4b coated antigens are efficiently removed by phagocytic cell, means what? The C3b, C4b also join or coated with the antigens, and these coated particles along with the antigens get removed by the phagocytic cell. So ultimately, what is the effect we can see in brief? When C3b, C4b, C5b join the cascade, they act as a opsonin. So they enhance phagocytosis, and whenever these fragments are coated along with the antigens, so these are removed by the phagocytic process. So it means that ultimately there is a removing of the pathogen, okay, due to complement activation. This is called as opsonization. And lastly, the antiviral activity. So what we studied during the complement activation, components get activated, okay, but what is the effect of complement activation? Firstly, lysis of target cell, chemotaxis. Secondly, inflammation, due to which the vascular permeability get increased, and aflatoxin components are there, and they are going to bind the surface on master cell basophil, due to which anaphylactic type of response is there, and therefore the removing of the pathogen. Third one, opsonization. Whatever larger fragments are there that not only join the cascade but they are acting as opsonin like protein and enhance phagocytosis process, and along with the antigen they get removed. That is again removal of pathogen. Then next one is the antiviral activity. We know that the viruses, they are inert or intracellular parasite, and they require host cell for their multiplication. Whenever specific host is required, then the virus get adsorbed and the lytic cycle will be completed. So there is a lysis of the host cell. This is the virus activity. So what is meant by antiviral activity? Antiviral antibodies, they are binding to the viral particles and fix the complement. See, whenever there is a virus infection, against that viral antigens, antibodies are produced, and these antibodies, they bind to viral particle and they are going to fix the complement. We know complement fixation take place when there is a formation of complement fixing antibodies. Then and then only there is an antigen antibody reaction, and this complex, which complex? Antigen antibody complex. This complex later on fix the complement. Okay, so here whenever the virus infection is there, antiviral antibodies are produced, and these antibodies, they are binding to viral particles, and viral particle and antibody both together going to fix the complement, means it is antigen antibody. Antigen means viral particle, antibodies means antiviral antibodies, both react together. So there is a formation of antigen antibody complex, and this complex fix complement. Okay, this coating of antibody and complement on virus means what happened there? On the surface of virus there is a coating or layer of what? Layer of antibody and complement. So whenever there is a formation of coating of antibody and complement on the virus surface, due to this the virus becomes susceptible to phagocytosis, means there is a destruction of virus by the phagocytic cell takes place only due to complement. Okay, so this is the antiviral activity. So it means that in brief we can say whenever there is a complement activation, certain biological effects are associated with the complement activation which are really helpful or really having immunological significance, protective significance, because there is a killing or destruction of pathogen by opsonization, by inflammation, there is a lysis of target cell, and lastly there is a antiviral activity. So whenever the pathogen is virus, this pathogen is also destroyed due to complement when antiviral antibodies are produced, there is a reaction between antigen antibody that is coated on the surface of virus particle. Due to this coating, virus becomes susceptible to phagocytosis and virus get destroyed. So this is the effect of complement activation, or it is called as biological consequence of complement activation. Okay, thank you.